Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. All right, peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, who I know as Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ, but I know as Yahweh Shai. Shout out to the sister Mary of Bethany that anointed Yahweh Shai with the ointments before his burial. And also, shout out to our ancestors that lost their lives, man, put to death women, men, and children, put to death for not wanting to compromise and go against the Most High God laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Day 6, we made it to day 6, man. We almost there of my Me versus Me series. Tonight's lesson is going to be called "It's Biblical to Treat People Differently." Right? It's biblical to treat people differently, and it's a dude that actually made a slide on Instagram talking about this. So I'm gonna just read what he said. I think it was very edifying to me, and I think it'll be edifying to you as well. So yeah, man, that's what the lesson is tonight. It's biblical to treat people differently. Also, on the main page, the Hopeful Elect, we're gonna be live on there around 8 o'clock for Freestyle Friday. The brother Azriel got I know he got a mighty lesson planned out, so y'all tap into that as well too. But yeah, let me go ahead and play the blowing on the shofar. And shout out to the elder, right? The brother Azriel and the brother Denal's mom. She made a video of the blowing of the shofar for the main page. It's a beautiful video of me blowing it, and also it's a combination of me blowing the shofar and all of us blowing the shofar. I think it was from Feast of Trumpets a while back. So all praise to the Most High, man. It's a mighty listen. Let me go ahead and play it real quick. All praise to the Most High, man. Happy new moon as well. Happy new moon as well to everybody. Been having a very peaceful new moon. Enjoying it. Always enjoy these feast days because you never know when stuff hit the fan and we may not be able to keep them like how we want to in that day. So enjoy these things now. Enjoy congregating now. If you got a congregation, enjoy just linking up with your brothers at camp. Know why you can, because soon there's gonna be a day that we ain't gonna be able to do that. So all praise to the Most High. So I got another video I want to play that go with the lesson of this sister right here, and it's called "Sometimes the Healed Version of You is Meaner." So let me play this real quick, and I'm gonna get into the short lesson I want to touch on tonight.
Version of you is meaner, though. The people who took advantage of your niceness, of your kindness, of you not having any boundaries, they're going to be the ones that are going to say you're rude, you're aggressive, you're hostile, you're angry. But there's a difference between being aggressive and being assertive. Being aggressive is saying, I don't want anything to do with you, get out of my face. And being assertive is saying, I have certain morals that I want the people in my circle to live by, and I would like for you to meet them. And if you can't meet them, then we can't be friends or we cannot have a relationship. Healing sometimes looks like telling people off. It looks like putting them in their place. It looks like telling them what your needs are and expecting them to meet them. Version of you is
Khan. So all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High for that. That was a mighty video. Well said as well too. And I know. Let me go ahead and get into the lesson. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna say something about this video when I go real quick. Well, I wanna. Should I? Let me go back to the main. Let me see how to. Con. So, like I said, it's called it's biblical to treat people differently. It says the wise. This is what we're gonna be talking about 3 different type of people, because when you read Proverbs, it mentions 3 different type of people. You have the wise, how to treat the wise, how to treat the foolish, and how to treat the wicked. It says ignoring that difference isn't kindness, it's confusion. So ignoring the difference in these things and the traits of these people is not kindness, but it's foolishness. And I'm 24 years old, and I'm really starting to understand this more as I grow in my walk, as I'm getting older. And the Most High just been giving me the spirit of discernment, every day. All praise to the Most High. He been kind of giving me that spirit of discernment and that spirit of boldness. I'm starting to realize this even more, that you can't treat everybody the same. You can't be kind with everybody, and you can't just let anybody do what they want to do to keep the peace. You can't just do it with people. You can't just let people, say what they want to say, or they disrespect your boundaries to just basically keep the peace and don't cause no confusion. Because that's what the Bible just said. I mean, not the Bible. What the dude said that made this post. Ignoring that difference isn't kindness. Like how you think it is, being kind and treating everybody the same and not knowing the difference. That's not kind. It's confusion. So let's get into the wise. It says the wise people listen and change. So you have to have that spirit of discernment. And if you don't have the spirit of discernment, you have to pray for the spirit of discernment to truly understand or be able to point out these 3 different type of people. A wise person is going to listen to what you're saying and change. And it said, hold on, my bad, let me go back to it. It said, real quick. It says, when corrected, they reflect. When confronted, they grow. So that's how you know when a person is wise, and not only wise, but humble. When you correct that person, and it can be the harsh truth. You could be telling this person something that they don't want to hear, right? Something that, that they didn't know they was dealing with. You tell them these things, and they go back and reflect on what you said. Instead of getting mad and kind of blot out what you said, they go back and truly reflect on how they've been acting, and just basically try to look in the mirror and see what he right or she right. And they correct those things that someone may have told them that they've been doing, because sometimes people don't know that they doing something to offend somebody. So when that person tell them, they go back and reflect on what they saying, what that person told them, and they go and correct those errors. It says when confronted, they grow. Right? They take criticism good, great. They don't never too much get in their feelings, and already they don't want to hear what you're saying. They over talking you, they getting disrespectful, they flipping the script on you, they calling you crazy. A wise person they're gonna hear the matter. They're gonna be confronted, and that's gonna allow them to grow. They're gonna take in the counsel or the wisdom that person was given to them. Right, they're gonna have the discernment to know if this person giving me this sincerely, or this person giving me this to try to deceive me and get me caught up. But the wise is gonna pay attention to everything, and they're going to, when they confront it, they are going to grow. They're gonna learn from the mistakes they made. They say you can reason, influence, and build trust with them. So a person that's wise, you can build with them. You can build trust with them. They loyal. You can correct them, and they understand correction. Even if it's a disagreement between both sides, that wise person gonna hear you out. And even if he don't agree with you, he gonna tell you he don't agree with you, and y'all gonna both come into a understanding. A wise person is gonna be slow to anger and slow to wrath. Not gonna get in their feelings off rip. It says you can reason with this person. Iron sharpen iron. You can go back and forth with this person, even if it's like a debate. You can go back and forth with this person. Y'all can debate. It may get loud, but understand ain't no love lost. Understand after the debate discussion, We can still kick it. You still my brother. Hey, what you trying to do tomorrow? Whoop-de-whoop. That's a wise person. That's a wise person. And with a wise person, you can tell them, you can get what I'm trying to say. You can that wise person know that, just say a person is kind of getting hard rebuke on that wise person, because that wise person just did something wrong, and he know or she knows she did something wrong, and the brother and sister coming to correct them, but it's like they third or fourth time, fifth time doing it, and they giving them hard rebuke. That wise person he gonna understand. Yeah, you right. I'm tripping. You right. I understand. You good. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry. That wise person gonna understand rebuke. He gonna understand. He gonna be able to, or she gonna be able to take rebuke. And she gonna take it. He or she gonna take it all in. They gonna go meditate on it. Right? They may go give it to the Lord. Lord, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was doing this. Please put it on their spirit to forgive me. I know I made a mistake, but I want to grow. That's what a wise person gonna do. So you could treat this person differently than you treat another person or another person. This wise person is going to be different. It says Proverbs 9:9. It says, instruct the wise and they will be wiser. So instruct the wise, a person that's wise, and if you instruct them, show them things, all it's going to do is make them become wise. It ain't going to make them become dumb, because they're going to listen to what you're saying, and it's going to make them become wiser. It says, teach the righteous and they will add to their learning. So you teach the righteous, the people that's willing to listen, the people that got an ear to hear, eyes to see, they're going to add to their learning. That's gonna be another life lesson in a book that you just gave them. They're gonna be happy to get rebuked. A lot of them, they happy to get corrected. So now they know what they know the right way to do something. Rather than some people don't like getting corrected. Some people don't like when you tell them right from wrong, or you doing this. They don't like to hear that, so they're gonna always be a fool because they don't want to be corrected and learn something else, right? So that's the wise. The next one was the foolish. You have to know the difference between the wise and the fool. The foolish, it says, fools resist accountability, but respond to consequences. So a fool, he or she resist accountability. They never want to take accountability to what they did. They may have did something wrong. You may go and tell them, instead of them listening, okay, I hear you. They don't want to take accountability. They're reflecting. They flipping the script on you. It's kind of like what we know in the Bible as the Jezebel spirit, or what people would call a narcissist. It's a lot of people that have the spirit of a narcissist that don't want to take accountability. It says, but respond to consequences. So when you start doing the consequences and start taking away certain things from that person, or you take away different benefits from that person, that's when they want to respond. Now they want to flip out, or then they may try to get right for a season because they see that you're serious and you're trying to put this or establish this right here. Then they may try to change, or then they may flip out. It says, when confronted, they deflect. So when you confront a fool about something that they did, or something that you disagreed with, they try to deflect it. They try to deflect the situation. Like you may be telling somebody in this walk, right? Hey, bro, I don't think that was right that you what's a perfect example? I don't think that was right that you trying to think of a good example. I don't think that was right that you told that brother that he couldn't read. You told that brother he couldn't read. It's a certain way you talk to him, instead of embarrassing him in front of everybody while you on the line at camp. You teaching the sheep. You teaching somebody that's listening, and then the brother reading, and you stop talking to the person that you're teaching, and you make a kind of remark at the brother, and saying, "Dang, you can't read? How long you been in the truth and you don't know how to pronounce that word?" And then you go after camp over, you tell them, "Bro, I don't think that was, you it's a time and place for everything." You could have pulled your brother to the side or after camp or on a call and just talked to him and encouraged him instead of telling this man, he can't read and kicking him off the line. Then it says they deflect and excuse or minimize. They excuse. Well, I ain't do no. They ain't no sin. They ain't no sin. Well, he can't read. He can't read. I mean, what I do wrong? I told the truth. Yeah, I told the truth. He can't read. So I let everybody know he couldn't read. It says he confront, deflect, and try to turn the situation on you and be like, well, just say something. Well, you know how people try to flip the script. Well, you should have been told him, so I ain't have to tell him. So it's your fault. You the leader of the congregation. I shouldn't have had to told him anyway. Why you haven't told him? Right? You supposed to be be speaking on all of this. You the leader, but why you ain't? Why I got to tell him? And I'm a soldier. That means I had to do it because you didn't do it. So they don't learn through dialogue. It don't matter how many times you talk to this person. It don't matter how many times you talk to this person. It's like they never understand where you coming from. You can talk to them. It's like when you going out and teaching the Bible and the word is not for that person that you're teaching. You can break down Deuteronomy 28 in kindergarten form. So in Deuteronomy 28:68, when you read this, when you hear this about they're gonna be sold into their enemies and they're gonna be sent on ships to a place that they don't know. What people were sent on slave ships and was sold unto their enemies for bondmen and bondwomen? It's like they started scratching their head. I mean, everybody was sold. I mean, it's like they don't understand. And it can be a person that's wise outside of the Bible on other different things of life, but when it comes to you simply breaking down the scriptures and showing them that the Bible talking about us, they can't see it. It's the same with a fool that you try to correct, and they will never understand where you coming from during a dialogue. They won't learn. They don't want to hear what you're saying at all. They don't care to know what you're saying. It says they don't learn through dialogue, only through discomfort. They only learn when things get taken away from them. They only learn when privileges get taken away from them. Right? That's when a person truly learns. That's when a fool starts to learn that they messed up. When they starting to see that person taking action for something that they did. It says boundaries, not lectures, bring change. So bounded to a fool, they may start trying to break your boundaries, right? They don't want to respect your boundaries and want to do things that they want to do. They want to basically say the hell with that. I'm gonna do what I want to do. It said boundaries, not lectures, bring change. So a lot of time with a fool, you got to show them that you're serious. You got to show them that you can't just do what you want to do. You got to respect what I'm putting in place. You got to show a fool that, because you keep telling them they not gonna care. But when things change, when they see that you serious, that's when the change start to happen. So you got to know the difference. A wise person, you're not going to have to do all of this. You're not going to go through all the distress and stuff with a wise person. They're going to truly understand where you're coming from. They're going to respect your decision. They're going to respect your boundaries. They're going to learn from the dialogues. But a fool, it's a little bit more time, man. A little bit more time that you got to deal with if you're trying to deal with this person. It says Proverbs 19:25. If you punish a mocker, the simple-minded will learn a lesson. So if you punish a mocker, basically if you punish him, rather, I know a lot of times, even then in a sense of fighting, a person won't never learn they won't never respect you until you beat them up. A lot of times you got to beat them up, especially if it's a bully. You got to beat them up, man, and then they'll start respecting you. So the Bible said, if you punish a mocker, if a person that's mocking, a person that's being disrespectful, a person that don't want to respect your boundaries, a person that basically just say what they want to say. They always getting disrespectful with you, and then they say what they want to say, and they don't care about your feelings or emotions. The Bible said that if you punish that person from doing that, right? If you punish that person from doing that, the simple-minded will learn a lesson. So that's when they're gonna learn that. They're gonna learn a lesson when you start taking privileges away, or you may punish them and stop dealing with them. Really don't talk to them as much, and they want like, dang, what's going on? We used to go eat all the time, or we used to go eat all the time, right? We used to kick it all the time, but now he ain't chilling with me no more. Dang, maybe I am tripping. But it takes with a fool, it takes you actually doing something for a fool. And sometimes they still don't, they so in their ways, they still not gonna change. So I mean, that's the truth. It's now the last one is the wicked. So you had the foolish, and you had the wicked. So you had my bad. Let me go back to it. You had the wicked, the foolish, and now we finna touch on the wicked. I mean, yeah, we had the wise, the foolish, and now we're finna touch on the wicked. So the wicked people attend harm and reject correction and growth. So kind of similar to the foolish. It says they intend harm and reject correction. So they may attend physical harm on somebody, or psychological harm with you know what I'm saying, with emotion, with basically like, and that goes back to a narcissist as well too. You know, you may have a person that may do something that may harm you, and they may be doing it, whether they harm you with physically and hitting you and slapping you and cutting you, or a person that harms you spiritually, and like they spiritually draining, like they spiritually it's always like a spirit on them that don't want to, that's always against you. It says wicked people intend harm and reject correction. So they say things to intend harm. They say things to hurt you. They do certain things they know that you dislike to make you upset. It says and reject correction. You ain't finna tell, you're not finna tell them what you tell them, what they did. They not finna take it in. A lot of them, they not gonna. Some of them may say, "Well, I didn't do that. Why you feeling like that?" They don't think your feelings are valid. Or you may say something to them and they start getting disrespectful at the mob. So what you gonna do about it? Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I slashed your tires. What you gonna do now? You ain't gonna stop me from doing it. I'ma always keep doing it. So I don't know why you tripping. They reject correction and growth. They reject correction and growth. They don't want to grow. They want to stay the same. They want things done their way. If it ain't done their way, it's an issue. If they can't get their way, it's an issue. Not all hell breaking loose. It says they twist truth, manipulate, and prey on trust. So they twist the truth. You tell them the truth. They know the truth. They twist the truth, and they get around other people and make them look at you as the bad guy, because they twisting the whole story up. They twisting the whole story up of what's happened. Like they're deflecting, and then they got everybody thinking that you the bad guy. It says they twist truth, manipulate. Oh, bro, all that stuff I gave you. Now you could say I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with you no more. I'm not dealing with you no more. You've been a headache since I met you. You've been stealing from me. What? Bro, they gonna manipulate you. All I done for you, all I gave you when you didn't have no money, I gave you my back. I gave you the clothes on my back. I did this for you. I did that for you. I looked out for you. And this how you gonna betray me? They try to manipulate you, and then they want you to think, well, dang, you did look out for me. He did do this, and this person been stealing from you. This person been stealing money from you, and this person took your girl. And he's trying to manipulate you and be like, well, I done all this stuff I did for you, bro. That's lame. You fake, and they gonna call you fake for it. A person that manipulate, they'll flip the script and call you fake. Nah, bro, how you can do this to me? No, you fake. You fake, but turning on me after all these years I've been there for you. It's like, and that's like emotional abuse, man. Because that person is brainwashing, manipulating you, and playing games. Y'all look into traits of a narcissist, man. Because that's a lot. A lot of people are narcissists and they don't even know. They walk around with the Jezebel spirit, and the Jezebel spirit can be on a man as well, not just a woman. That Jezebel spirit is on a lot of men too. It says, they prey on trust. It says they prey on trust with the P-R-A-Y, not P-R-A-Y, but P-R-E-Y. It says manipulate and prey on trust. I really don't know exactly what he mean by that. They twist truth, manipulate, and prey on trust. Lord wouldn't have come to me. I don't know exactly what he mean by the prey on trust. But in fact, let's see if I can let me see if I can pull it up and see. It says means a person exploits the trust or vulnerability of others for their own personal gain, often in a deceptive, manipulative, or harmful manner. Let me see if I can get an example. Oh, okay. I see how he worded it. Kind of threw me for a loop, but I see what he's saying, and that goes back to because bro. Let me tell y'all something. I was praying, right? I've been praying I prayed this prayer for a little minute. For this just the spirit of discernment to be able to discern different spirits. So I know what type of spirits I can be able to point out what spirits people are moving in. So the most I had on my spirit to just start looking into spirits behind these things that they call, like, just say when people got the spirit of anger, what's the traits of a person that's a narcissist? What's the traits of a person that's bipolar? What's the trait of a person that got anger issues? Like, what leads up to this? I was looking into all of these things. So what made me think about this, I keep saying a narcissist, because that's one of the main things that was I was looking into. Because I heard of people saying that. I heard people saying or say the word narcissist, especially when it was talking about relationships with a man and woman. Oh, he was a narcissist. Oh, she was a narcissist. But I never truly looked into that and understood what that meant. So I was really going into a deep study and just looking into the spirits behind all of these things. And what I just read when it says they prey on what it said, they prey on it said they prey on trust. So when you go back, what it said, what it basically was saying, a person would basically they do something. They basically try to manipulate you, like I said, go back to manipulation. So they try to do certain things, appear nice to you, just for something in the long run. Like they not doing it from the kindness of their heart. They doing something, whether they lend you something, whether they, saying I love you, whether they, rather they showing that they love you, but it's not genuine. They doing it so when something happened, they can have you look back at the stuff they did for you. It's a form of manipulation. It says a person might gain someone's trust by then that's feigning affection or friendship only to exploit them emotionally or financially later. So a person does it, a wicked person, they appear to you like they're your friend, right? They appear to you like this, and a lot of times you don't see their true colors right away. Sometimes it takes years for you to see a person's true colors that does this. You may not see it overnight. You may not see it when you may be a youngin. You don't see these things. But when you get older and you start having a mind of your own and you start living, you start to see these things that you may have didn't never see. But it's a person that they do stuff that it seems like it's helpful to you or to someone else. It seems like they so and so did this, they doing that, but the whole time that person in competition with you, and they doing this to hold it over your head when it's that time when you try to set a boundary, or you may try to tell them that they was in the wrong about something. Then that's when they hold it over your head, something that they may have did for you. So it said, let me see if I can find one. Gaslighting. Gaslighting was another trait of a narcissist. In abusive relationships, the abuser often first establishes a strong bond, like I was saying, bond or trust before beginning a pattern of control, isolation, and psychological manipulation. I say a prayer. I can actually read it because I'm currently on the Nazarite vow, right? And I got this Nazarite prayer that I pray. I prayed in the morning. Sometimes I prayed at night. I got like a little notebook that I'll be writing prayers in, kind of like my little psalms that I'll be writing. So I can pass this down to my kids or, my brethren. I got prayers in here and things like that. I'm still working on it. I got it this year. I'm still working on it. I want to really finish it, write down everything, or I want to fill the whole book up, and Lord will I can get more and more throughout my journey in life, and I can journal down, the things I've been going through, and just prayers and things. There's a whole lot in here, man. So Lord will I be able to pass it on. Just said we be here for a couple years, or just say we be here, Lord forbid, for another 80 years, 60 years. This can be passed down. I always remember. But let me get my my Nazarite prayer that I prayed. Let me find it real quick. It says, "Beloved Lord Yahushua, I come to you to help me. Life is a constant struggle, and I not feel the pain of my journey. Bless me, Yahushua, and teach me to listen to all the events of my life, knowing that nothing happens by chance. Everything that happens have a reason. When I feel the pain of sickness, teach me to cope with love and surrender, and to believe in the power of healing. If I experience emotional, financial, and psychological brokenness, help me to rise up with belief that with God nothing is impossible. Please listen to my petition. Please let me get through them gates." So the reason why I pointed this out, because I prayed that if I ever go through something psychological brokenness, help me to rise up with belief that with you nothing is impossible. So it's good to pray it's good to pray that the Lord protect you rather from psychological manipulation, because that's a real thing, man. That can really drain you spiritually and mentally. A person does that. It says, let me read again. In abusive relationships, the abuser often first establishes a strong bond of trust before beginning a pattern of control. Now, this don't even have to be with just a husband and a wife. This can be with your best friend. This can be with your granny. You can have a uncle or auntie that do this, with your parents, with your brother, with your sister. This don't just stop at relationships like loving or spouse relationships. It go deeper than that, man. It can be the people that was close to you. It says they establish a bond with you, and a lot of people that you grew up with, or a lot of family members, they like to hold that, "Well, I done did this for you," or "we family." You know what I'm saying? Like to use that "we family" to basically have you guilt trip you and make you feel like, well, dang, they just did something wrong to you, but that is family though. gotta look out for family. But that's not the case. It says beginning a pattern of control. So they start trying to control, meaning you may sit. This is the main thing when I started doing my studying and I was listening to doctors and things that people or therapists that people went to. I was just getting information, writing it down in my book. Like that, it starts with, it starts with, people being friendly and things like that. But then you see their true colors when they don't get their way. When you start setting boundaries, that's when the issue comes. When you start setting boundaries with a person, then it's like, nah, I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna do it my way. And that's that control. They want to control the matter. They want to control you or your feelings or emotions. It begins at control, isolation, isolate themselves. When they try to make you may have you 100% right when it comes to a situation, but then you start seeing the control, the isolation. They start isolating themselves. Now you don't hear from them no more. Now you wondering like, dang, I ain't heard from this person in a while. Maybe I was wrong. You check on this person. And it says in psychological manipulation, right? Psychological manipulation. They manipulate you until they can get what they want, hoping I can get what I want from this person if I manipulate them and make them think that they was in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or I say this to make them. If I say I did so much for you and you turn your back on me and it's that psychological manipulation. And it says, did that go with it? Okay, yeah, it says individuals who trust typically lack genuine empathy for their victims. So they genuinely lack, like they don't like. This all goes back to what I was just getting into with the wicked. A lot of people, they don't, when they wrong, they're not gonna say they wrong. Right? When a person get corrected, they're not gonna even if they was in the wrong, 3 or 4 people done told them they was wrong, they still gonna fight, they still gonna battle it out, and they convinced in their mind that they wrong. They lack genuine change in emotion. They may say I'm sorry, and they may say forgive me, I won't do it again, what now? But then it's like they don't change. It's for their victims are focused solely on their own desires and needs. So when it comes to this person, when it comes to the wicked, what the dude has said, the traits, they prey on you. The person is never happy until something benefits them or they get in their way. A person that they cool with you all day and night when they basically get to do what they want. They get to drive your car anytime they want to. They get come in your fridge and eat any food that they want to. They can, they can just do whatever. They do whatever. They cool with you then. But when you start setting order, when you start saying, hey, you can't use my car like that no more. You ain't been putting gas in. You really can't use it. Or you can't just come in my fridge no more just to get, no food, bro. You can't be doing that because they're leaving me without no food. That's when that person start to change. And you like, it's like this person had a mask on. It's like, dang, what's going on? This person just completely just did he is a new person. And then they start to change and don't show sympathy and get disrespectful because their own desires or needs aren't met. And this is dangerous. A lot of people grow up with people around them like this, and they messed up to this day. It says deceitful nature. The person's actions are inherently dishonest. They present a false self to gain the victim's confidence. So they present a false self and appearing like they this type of person So or a person may do you wrong. A person may do you wrong, and they come to you with I changed. I've been going to church. I went to therapy. Can we start over? Can we do it? I promise I'm gonna do better. And the whole time it's like all of these things are tactics that people do. They do these things. The wicked, like the things that the wicked, they do all of these things, man, to gain control, and gain power over you. Their whole goal is to gain power. Their whole goal is to gain control and not having to be told what to do. That's the whole goal. So it says, with them, talking about the wicked, with them, engagement isn't noble, it's dangerous. So you got to understand, certain people you can't engage with. Certain people you don't need to, your best bet is to stay away from, because you see they dangerous. Engaging with them can get you in a lot of trouble. It can get you, y'all can start fighting. It can spiritually drain you, engaging with them. So that's why I say that a wicked person, brother, especially if you already done tried to talk to, and it's always, they can't see where you're coming from. It's the same thing. It say your best bet is to stay away from that person, man. It say, let me get the scripture. Proverbs 21:7. The violence of the wicked, excuse me, the violence of the wicked would drag them away, but they refuse to do what is right. So a wicked person, according to Solomon, right? A wicked person is going to refuse to do what's right, even if they know in their heart that they was wrong. Even if they did something wrong and they know, they're gonna refuse to do the right thing. They can be plagued. They can have demons plaguing their mind all night. You know what you did. You need you know what I'm saying? They bugging themselves out, like kind of like how Saul was. You know what you did. Fix it. I seen you do it. They still not gonna want to change. Say the violence of the wicked will drag them away. So they're gonna die believing in doing the same thing that they was getting caught up in their whole life. It say the violence of the wicked will drag them away, for they refuse to do what is right. They refuse to do what's right, man. To be humble and confess their fault. They may refuse to do the right thing. It say love them from afar. Protection is holy. Love, just because you don't deal with a person no more, it doesn't mean you don't love them. You got to understand, you got to protect your spirit. If your spirit always get uneasy around a person when you're around them, hey, you may have to separate yourself. And they may try to say, you don't love me no more. You don't love me no more. But love them from afar. Protection is holy. You got to protect your spirit, man. Because demons are real, right? This spiritual realm, this thing that we hear about, the spiritual realm, that's real. Those things are real. We just did a lesson Wednesday called The Power of the Tongue on the Hopeful Lit page. The power of the tongue, we was going into how your tongue is very powerful. The words that you say are powerful. It's like casting a spell. And a lot of times we cast spells on people without knowing it. We cast spells on our people with the words that we say. So those things are powerful, man. This spiritual realm is powerful. And your best bet a lot of times is just separate yourself from a person that's continuing to drain you, that continues to never understand you, that continually don't want to respect your wishes. Your best bet a lot of times is to separate yourself, because it's not doing nothing. It's not gonna do nothing. It's not gonna change when you're dealing with a wicked person. That's what he's explaining. It says Was my screen ever showing? That's crazy. Dang, was my screen ever showing? I wasn't really showing nothing. I went. Did I show? Let me go back to the. Let me go.
Showing if it's like exits out and you can see the screen sharing itself.
Yeah, I don't know if I had took it off. I just put it back on. So, I don't know if y'all seen that. I think I might have had it pulled up and I took it off. I think I did, but yeah, man. Hopefully y'all seen that. I don't know, but I was reading. I don't think y'all seen it, but I was reading that. What does it mean when a person prey on trust? Those were just traits. But it says Yahushua engaged each type differently. So even when it came to Christ, he engaged a wicked person, a foolish person, and a wise person differently, even in the scriptures. When you read John 2:24, it says, but Yahushua did not entrust himself to them, for he knew what was in their hearts. So he knew what was in the hearts of a lot of people when he was ministering to them, right? So he didn't, he knew what was in their heart. Maybe they wanted to set him up. Maybe they were jealous of him. Maybe they wanted to use him for gain. He knew what was in their heart. But did he go to him? Did he hang around him, and knowing these things and just keep it with him and act like nothing happened or nothing was happening? No, he said he did not entrust himself to them, for he knew what was in their heart. So he stayed away from certain people because he knew what was in their heart. Discernment isn't judgment, it's wisdom in action. Discernment isn't judgment, it's wisdom in action. Understand that. It's wisdom to have discernment. That's wisdom. It's wisdom to have discernment. I'll say that again. It's wisdom to have discernment. It said discernment isn't judgment. It's wisdom in action. Discernment is wisdom to know who you dealing with. To know he's a liar. Oh, he got anger issues. Oh, she a homosexual. It's good to know different spirits that people are dealing with to know how to handle them and handle the situation. It says, love everyone wisely. It's not unloving to have limits or boundaries. It's wisdom. The Bible calls us to compassion and discernment. We are the mirror of Yahushua by using wisdom and knowing what type of person we are engaging with. Proverbs 22:3. The prudent see danger. The prudent person, he or she see the danger that's ahead. If they keep doing these things, they keep dealing with this person. The prudent person, they see ahead. They see the danger and take refuge. They see it before it even happened. They see a situation before it even escalates. They see how it's gonna happen. They see the end of the book before it even get there, and they change directions or they change routes. That's wisdom. Don't never let a person tell or have you think when you when you setting boundaries or you have respect for yourself and you do things differently. Don't have a person ever try to make you feel bad for doing these things. That's life. That's life. Everybody have different ways they do things within their life. You're not gonna go into your job and tell your boss how to do things, how you want things done. So everything requires respect and order all around this earth, all around this place that we live in. You got to have order. You have to set up, establish things how you want it done, so people will understand that and they'll know how to come at you in your situation. I want to see if I can find this video. I don't know if I had. Let me see if I got. If I find it real quick, here go right here. Y'all listen to it. This sister, well, she said it well said, but she this the one. Yeah, here you go.
In case you didn't know this, people setting a boundary with you is them trying to keep you in their life. Like, they want the space to be safe for them, so they're telling you what they don't like. They're telling you their limits. So if someone sets a boundary with you and you intentionally keep crossing it, you're not going to be in their life for much longer, because they're telling you what they don't like and what they need from you, and your actions are pretty much saying, like, I don't care what you need from me, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and that's just what it is. And that is not safe. That's not healthy for someone to build a long-term friendship or relationship with you. So let's normalize respecting people's boundaries. Like, if somebody says they don't like something, it's not up to you to decide if that's worthy of not liking. Just don't do it, period. If you want them to be in your life, just honor them. It's just it's a level of respect. It's a level of care you're giving for that person, and it makes the space safe. And safe spaces typically tend to grow. It helps relationships grow. So that's just my perspective. Like, boundaries are people trying to keep you in their life. Don't get it twisted.
Con. So yeah, well said, man. Well said by the sister. So the 3 type of people that Proverbs mentioned, and you have to spot out these traits within these people, man. Because everybody, you're gonna be able to spot out a wise person by how they handle things, how they move. You'll be able to spot out a wicked person by how they move, and you'll be able to spot out a fool by how they moving. So it's biblical to treat people differently. It's biblical. It's okay to treat people differently by how they respond to certain things that you say or that you set up. Right? So this is my day 6, man. All praise to the Most High. My Me versus Me, day 6. Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Like I said, y'all tap into the main page, the Hopeful Elect. We finna go live on there in a few minutes. Go live on there a few minutes, man. So y'all tap in to that lesson. Right? So this brother Obadiah with the Hopeful Elect. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shimi Hawashai. Say shalom, man. All praise to the Most High. Happy new moon.